Senator Shelby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just picking up on your word here, it's one thing, Director Tenet, to perhaps dismantle them, and I think you have, or we have, and they have, all of you, in some ways, but at the same time, by dismantling them, you've dispersed them.
That's an opportunity, sir.
Okay. Opportunity?
That's an opportunity.
Okay.
When you get people moving, that's opportunistic.
Because they're on the run, aren't they?
Yes, sir. That creates plenty of chaos in the system.
Sure. I want to get into something else. I want to pick up a little bit on what Senator Levin was talking about earlier. And this afternoon, late here, I'm not here to get into a semantic debate on the meaning of the word or term accountability. Obviously, the word accountability means different things to different people. To some people, it has no meaning, literally no meaning. To others, where you have real feelings of responsibility, it equals accountability means perhaps responsibility, you know, in that context. And it's troubling to me, and it was to Senator Levin and to others on this committee, that it seems from your testimony and other evidence that the staff has collected that no one is responsible, you know, in the CIA.
No one's responsible for what?
For the failures. In other words, no one is accountable. No one is responsible. No one's responsible at the Bureau, at the FBI. No one's responsible. In other words, it's no one's responsibility. That's troubling, very troubling. To each of you, what does the term accountability mean to you? I'll start with General Hayden. In this context, you know, if you have a job to do, and if you do it, or if you do it in a slipshod way, and there's no measure of performance, or if it is, nothing happens. Go ahead, General. What does accountability mean to you, sir?
There's a difference between a job not being done
Absolutely.
and a job being done in a slipshod way.
That's right.
And I think what Director Tenet was pointing out, that the issues that this committee and our dialogue has uncovered are systemic issues, that we put people in situations in which they had inadequate tools or inadequate circumstances to succeed.
But not always. Now, we've had, General, we'll all concede that you need more resources, and we've worked with you, Senator Graham and other members of the committee, to revamp as a priority NSA, and you're working toward that
Right.
goal. We have to. It's national.
Sir.
We worked with Director Tenet.
Yes, you have.
I'm not on the Judiciary Committee or the Criminal Justice Appropriations, but I know others have worked in that regard. I know you don't have too many resources, but a lot of this is decisions that people make or fail to make. Director Tenet.
Well, sir, let me just say.
What does responsibility, accountability mean to you?
Well, sir, when you look at this, I look at it in the following ways. I look at anybody's performance.
Sure.
I say, tell me about the integrity of the individual, how hard they were working. Tell me about their understanding of their job. Tell me about whether they were slipshod. Tell me about whether they were paying attention to detail and doing everything they knew how to do. Now, when somebody
Stop you a minute. Let me just say, in knowing everything they knew how to do. But what if you had people in these jobs that didn't know what they were doing and didn't know the standard? And I know some people at the Bureau, we had testimony here, didn't know the FISA standard, even lawyers over there, Director Mueller. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying that they're inadequately trained. Go ahead, Director Tenet. I'll try not to stop you again.
No, it's okay, sir. Keep going. I lost my train of thought. I apologize.
Maybe you'll pick it up again.
I was on a roll.
What is, no, you thought you were. You weren't on a roll.
No, I was on a roll, sir.
I don't think so. Director Mueller, what is your feeling, how do you feel about the word accountability, the term accountability? Is that responsibility? And in the context, or what does it mean?
I think it's giving people both the responsibility and the authority to do a job, to set out parameters, what you expect from people, and if they do not live up to those parameters, then you hold them quote, accountable. You
Hold
move
them
them, or you, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But it is, the ultimate accountability is me. And
True.
I have to set those standards. I have to give them the tools to do the job. It does not make any sense for me to hold somebody accountable if I have not been given them the responsibility, the authority, and the tools to do the job. That is just, that's wrong. And so in terms of something like the training on the FISA issue, it's a responsibility of me to assure when I see something like that we put into place the mechanisms to get those individuals trained. If we did not give them the training, I cannot hold accountable that person who was inadequately trained because I did not provide the person with that training.
I want to pick up lastly on Senator Levin's statement, of paraphrasing. Has anyone in the CIA or the FBI been held accountable for the failures thus far of September the 11th or the events leading up to it? Director Tenet.
No, and there's a reason.
Because they didn't prevail.
What's
We're in the
reason?
middle of a war.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're in the
Wait,
middle of a
oh,
war, sir.
That's
And
not
I'll
much
tell
of an
you-
excuse,
No,
Director
sir.
Tenet. Let me tell you
No,
something. Wait a minute.
It's my judgment to make.
Well, I know it's your opinion. Let me tell you what happened. Do you know in the Second World War, when we were in the war, that there were just dozens and dozens of generals that were, and captains of ships, especially the submarines, that were brought, were replaced immediately. You ever heard of Kasserine Pass, Anzio Beach, those things? They jerked generals out of the war and put people in. Patton went into Kasserine Pass after Rommel defeated the American forces there. Anzio Beach, I forget the general's name, but he was supposed to have been, the up-and-coming general. He was brought back stateside. I think there has to be accountability. That's what Senator Levin was talking about. I think you ought to go back and look at the real meaning of the word. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.